Once again, welcome to Axiom TV, the only transmission on the planet, broadcast on the planet Earth that is in pursuit of actual truth, actual nature's truth, the fundamental truth of what is going on in the world. We reduce things down to their common denominator, or common reason, or common cause. And we try to rationalize and find the coherence to logic to them. In this video, I got a lot of responses to a video that I had posted earlier about, are gay people born gay? Because I've heard this argument, since around the 90s. And I've always found it weird. So I made a video addressing it, and I stated that no, gay people are not born gay. It is a choice. I'll go over it again, but first I'll read off the questions that I got, because I want to answer some questions, because that's what I got. I got a lot of questions on this video, so I want to make sure I address these questions. My friend Big Lane, she said, let me stop putting people's name out there. One question I got was that she said that she believes some people are born gay and that it's not about attraction. She says that though people are not old enough to understand until puberty, but she believes in some circumstances that some people make the decision to be gay off of a bad experience. Now, on that question, I'm going to say we've got to establish a fundamental starting point or definition of what it doesn't mean to be gay. According to my understanding, someone is gay who is attracted to a member of the same gender. Gay homosexuality is when you engage in sexual acts with a member of the same gender. So when she says that attraction, it's not about attraction, then how is someone gay? If being gay is not about attraction, then how do we establish that they're gay? It is fundamentally based in attraction. To be gay, someone has to be attracted to a member of the same gender, That is being gay. A female is attracted to another female. A male is attracted to another male. That is being gay. It completely is all about attraction. Now, when it comes to homosexual acts, a homosexual act can be, you can not be gay, but engage in a homosexual act. It happens in prison all the time. Someone can forcefully force themselves on you, and through rape, and though they're performing a homosexual act with you, you're not gay, because you're being forced to perform that homosexual act. But to be gay itself is to be attracted to a member of the same gender. Now, she goes on to say that it is about it. She believes that in some circumstances that people make the decision off of a bad experience. I'm going to go on to say that I'm going to paraphrase that and say that she is saying that she believes that in some cases that it's a choice. And she's also saying that, which would mean that in some cases she thinks some people are born that way. Now, my question to anyone who believes that a gay person is born attracted to a member of the same gender, that baby boys, newborn baby boys are born. This is what you're saying, that a newborn baby boy is born attracted to males, that a newborn baby girl is born attracted to females. What newborn, remember, we're born with a blank slate. What newborn is born attracted to anyone? The only thing a newborn is born attracted to is a desire for food. That's what they're crying out for. They haven't even reached the sophistication to even understand anything else but that. They can't walk, they can't crawl, but somehow they're born knowing that they're attracted to a member of the same gender. So I'm going to have to disagree on that. 100% I'm going to disagree on that, because it doesn't make sense. If being gay is to be attracted to a member of the same gender, what newborn is born being attracted to any? I don't even think heterosexual people were born heterosexual. There is no attraction whatsoever when you're born. That is my argument. There is no attraction. A newborn human baby is not born thinking to themselves, oh, I am attracted to either a female or a male. They're not thinking, oh, I am attracted to sexually to anything. They're not even thinking about sex in any kind of way. They're not thinking about romance and affection. The only thing a newborn is seeking is their mother's breast milk. Lactose, they're seeking their mother's lactating breast nipple. That is what a newborn is born attracted to. So to say that, let's say a male child is born gay, that means you're saying that it is born attracted to its father's nipple. That it would then reject its mother's nipple, that it's attracted to males. Remember, you're saying that it's born that way. That means you're saying that that newborn baby would be born attracted to its father's, or the first male it comes in contact with, its nipple. But we know men do not lactate. Excuse me. Men do not provide breast milk. So that would be a fallacy. The next question on this topic, another person writes in and says that dogs, this person's a dog owner, and they notice that their dogs will engage in homosexual behavior, meaning that the dogs will you know what dogs do, hump on each other and so on and so forth. And he also says the same with spider monkeys. And he's saying that all right, we'll just stop at that point. He's saying that dogs are sometimes born this way, and sometimes it's spider monkeys. So dogs he says, are born this way, and sometimes spider monkeys. All right, what I'll say to that is, I've observed a newborn litter of puppies before. The puppies are looking for nipples. They're looking for their mother's nipple. I have never seen a newborn puppy attracted to a member of its same gender sexually or romantically. It is just like the newborn baby child, human child, it is looking for its mother's lactating nipples. I can only assume the same with spider monkeys. Like, no creature is born attracted sexually to a member of its, you know what I mean? Like, what we're making an argument is that creatures are born attracted sexually or romantically. And I'm saying even if it's heterosexual creatures, no, that's impossible. No creature is, you know what I mean? Like, you're just not born. You're not born that way. When you're born, you're just trying to get acclimated to the world, to the very fact that you're in the world. The last thing that's coming to your mind is, what am I sexually? What am I attracted to sexually? So I'm going to have to disagree with that that statement, right? That statement as that says that dogs are born gay, and same with spider monkeys. The last question, I thought this was interesting. My friend equated it to a drug addict being born to drug addict parents, to a baby that's born to drug addict parents. Like, say the mother's an alcoholic, and the baby develops love for alcohol, or the baby's a drug addict, or the mother's a drug addict, heroin or crack or cocaine, what have you, methamphetamine, whichever one you choose to make that mother an addict to, that then fundamentally the baby is like that. Now, my problem is that I believe we're drawing a false equivalency there, because alcohol and heroin or any drug, that is an additive in life. That's not a fundamental part of life. Remove those things, we still have to reproduce. That is the very foundation of sex, is reproduction. So I guess I agree with the first person who wrote a question, the first question I said out loud, because yes, I do believe that being gay is a choice. Because obviously it's a choice, because two men cannot reproduce, two women cannot reproduce. Therefore, for them to be, when they choose to be gay, you're doing so out of reasons for pleasure, not for reproduction, which is what sex is based in. Now, if let's say you're not trying to reproduce, you're still choosing based on a preference. You are choosing to be gay based on a preference. You are attracted to a member of the same gender, whether you be a male or a female. So you are making a choice in that manner. Here's something that really struck me as weird. Before I go back to that third question, you know what? Let me finish the third question, and I'll come back to that. Now, when he said neurotransmitter, he said neurotransmitters, and I started thinking to myself, well, that still has, regardless of drugs affecting that bitch neurotransmitters, that child is not born attracted to a member of its same species. It can be born and addicted to drugs that its mom caused it to be addicted to. It can be born addicted to alcohol, which, you know what, is the same. Alcohol is a drug, so let me not even demarcate the two. I'm not going to make a distinction there. Those are all drugs. So yes, a baby can be born addicted to drugs due to being born to its addictive mother, drug addict. But a baby, a human child, is not born attracted romantically or sexually to a member of the same gender, or a member of the opposite gender. No baby is born heterosexual. No baby is born homosexual. Babies are just born attracted to milk. I don't know if I can make any more sense of that. Like, then I did have another friend call me and say that he was watching something about the scientists are trying to prove by something with dealing with gray matter. He wanted me to look it up, and I would look it up, but I'm just thinking to myself, how are scientists going to get around the fact of, to try to prove that you're basically trying to prove that babies are born attracted sexually in some kind of way? And I'm saying impossible. It's not possible. If we are born with a blank slate, in order to say that, they would have to contradict themselves. And in all my theories, all my videos, I do not contradict myself. That's the one thing. That's why I've declared myself the smartest man on the planet, because I don't even have to contradict myself in any kind of way. I can explain everything, and it all flows coherently. It all fits right in my dynamic of ends of the spectrum of balance, the extremes of the spectrum of balance, but they're both one line, one algorithm, one spectrum of balance. In the middle would be the center line, the nucleus, the center point, etc., or what have you. Excuse me. I've already violated that rule of trying to check myself, etc. I'm working on it. But yeah, I'm not going to follow on that one. Science doesn't make any sense on that one. Science would be trying to trick me on that one, because you're going to have to prove it to me that a child, you know what I mean? Show me a born baby attracted to another. Let's put two male babies together and let me see what those babies do. You're going to tell me that they're attracted to each other sexually and romantically? Let's put two human babies of the opposite sex together and let's see what they do. Newborn babies. That's what you're saying, right? That gay people are born gay, right? The silliness of this argument. The other thing I wanted to bring up is the reason why men engage in strap-on sex. Now, I've even had a girlfriend accuse me of this before. Oh, Jay likes when you put your finger in his butt. No. I've always questioned what's up with girls always trying to put their finger in my butt. What is up with that? Like, what is this sick thing that girls got where they feel like they need to touch a man's butthole? Like, now we're to the point of people bragging about eating each other's butthole. Like, wow, real. That's our level of intelligence, by the way. But let's keep it to this. Men, I've always seen on TV, you always see stuff where these high-powered businessmen on these movies, you'll see like these high-powered businessmen, they end up getting caught in a compromising position with those, like say J. Edgar Hoover dressing as a woman, but instead it's more like a female wearing a strap-on, and these men don't consider themselves homosexual, but they engage in a homosexual act. They will have a woman wear a strap-on and have sex with them that way, where the woman is wearing an artificial penis and inserting it into this heterosexual male's behind, in their anus, in their anal cavity. Let's go with that, in their anal cavity. Are you ready for me to crush this? I'm about to crush this now. Skiz would be so proud of me. My argument is, isn't this the reason why it's done? Is because I hear that, oh, a male is able to orgasm harder that way, have a more intense orgasm, which would assert that the reason they are engaging in such homosexual behavior is for pleasure. I'll repeat it again. Males who have women stick their fingers in their behind, or in their anal cavity, or have a female wear a strap on when they have sex. The reason why they claim to do so is because there is the G spot, the male G spot is in the male anal cavity. And this is the reason why they say they engage in these acts. Now, I'm assuming this is the same thing for a gay man, is why they do this. Because it is said that males have a more intense orgasm that way. Now, is that not based in pleasure? That is not based in reproduction. So, that would be someone choosing to follow pleasure. Excuse me, since we are hardwired fundamentally to avoid pain but follow pleasure. So that would go right along with you see how I didn't have to contradict myself right there? Coherent. That's coherent, flowing right along with it. Like what it is. We're confusing ourselves on purpose. But guess what? It's because you've been trained to. Yesterday, I want to clear up another part of yesterday too. I was saying that white people are cowards because they don't stand up against the system and speak out against it. I want to make sure that I'm not saying that you guys are inherently cowards, but you are trained to be that way. And the Christian religion has a big part to do with that. But you know what? Islam also teaches Muslims to be cowards against the government as well, against their governments as well. So religion period, major religion period, is just a control mechanism that teaches you to be cowardly. And the system teaches you to be cowardly by telling you, hey, you can abuse the blacks, but don't question the power structure. So already from a young age, while white kids are being taught to be racist and to be oppressors, they are also taught at the same time, simultaneously, to be cowardly and to be cowards and not question or go against the power structure system, the power structure that they are under as well. Which is why they grow up to not question it. All right, so I hope I've answered and established why gay people cannot be born gay. Unless you being gay, first, sex is born. First, I'll cinch it up with these points. Sex is based in reproduction. Look at every other species. We're not different. All sex is based in reproduction. Second, all creatures are designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Third, being gay is to be attracted to a member of the same sex. Fourth, no newborn can be born sexually or romantically attracted to anyone. So there's no such thing. You cannot look at any baby and say, oh, that's a heterosexual baby, or that's a homosexual baby. No baby is thinking about either of those things when they are born. They are born with a blank slate with only instincts. So we're saying that being gay is instinctual. How can we prove this? And if scientists can use CAT scans to determine whether a child is gay or not at birth, so that's what you're telling us, right? That means you should be able to predict whether this child, you should be able to CAT scan every newborn and be able to tell whether it's going to grow up to be gay, which we know that's not possible. So once again, you see the confusion science is always causing. So, and once again, why do so-called heterosexual men who like women playing in their anal cavities, who like women to wear strap-ons to insert that strap-on into their anal cavities, why do these heterosexual men engage in it? Due to pleasure from a more intense orgasm, they claim, which would lend credibility as to why homosexual men engage in homosexual acts. because they are doing it out of pleasure, which would also confirm why they why they choose to be gay and not necessarily being born that way. I hope I explained that good and clearly, because I'm not the best explainer. You know what I mean? I'm just trying, man, but I know I'm right. You know what I mean? I've done the math. Like, if people just sit and do the math, no one wants to sit and just really think for a minute. They just want to go with their first answer. And that's what we're designed to do by the government. Excuse me. That's what we've been conditioned to do. We're not designed to do that. Nature didn't design us that way. The government conditions us to think that way, to just go into an act, to just respond instinctually and reflexively without taking the time to stop and think and use David Hume's skepticism, use Socratic method, use Socrates' Socratic method, utilize Rene Descartes' method of doubt, the Cartesian method of doubt. These are all things that I use before I go on in any of these videos. Trust me, I am like analyzing them first to make sure that, hey, is this, and I've tested it out on the best devil's advocate there is, which would be Skiz. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to find if your argument is true, you talk to Skiz. He will try to rip it apart. You see what I'm saying? Like, I made sure these theories are tested. That's the reason why I declared myself the smartest man in the world, because I know if he couldn't rip them apart, and then I put them through the Socratic method, the Cartesian method of doubt, as well as David Hume's skepticism, I am ready for any Ivy League intellect. You know what I mean? That's how much thought I put into these thoughts, I don't even want to call them theories. They're the fundamental codes and fundamental instructions in the source code of nature. Enjoy your day. Axiom TV. Check out, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let's pursue truth together. Share the videos with everyone on your friend list. Because we aren't to be selfish and keep these discussions to ourselves. That's the reason why I'm broadcasting, because we want an exchange of ideas, but let's base those ideas in things that are insensible theories. We can't just say the first thing that comes to our head. Then we're just talking just to talk. And obviously, I'm putting forth these videos because I don't just want to talk just to talk. That's small talk. I want to do tall talk. That's why I'm 6 foot tall. You know what I mean? I want to tall talk. I want to talk. I want to go in depth, which means I need, in order to have a true exchange of ideas, we need to be basing our ideas in reasoning. There needs to be some kind of coherence behind your logic. Okay, that would be it. Axiom TV. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your comments and your questions. Keep them coming.